EDT EDUT457. Well, it's the end of the first week, and before we get started on week 2, a couple things I just want to mention. I know there are something crazy like over 360 wildfires going on in California right now, and I'd be remiss not to say that if these are affecting you and will affect your due dates or what's going on in your class, reach out to me and let me know. I don't know exactly what we can do. Each situation is a little bit different, and so but we can work through it, and we just want to be proactive in that. And then also, sad, but Sir Ken Robinson passed this past week, and there was a lot of great books. Some of the books are used for the Masters of Ed Tech program here at CUI, but I was lucky to be able to see him speak twice in person, and if you've not read any of his stuff or watched any of his TED Talks, highly recommend you do that. It's just a great mind for education that I don't think started out in the field of education. With that being said, let's jump into week 2. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything, and that's from Marty McFly, Back to the Future. And I love this quote because it really speaks to the condition of perseverance, and that's something we definitely need more of right now. There's so much going on in our world that's crazy, that we need to remember that the decision to do something or not do something is really important. I did text everyone this past week, and just wanted to make sure you know that if you need to reach out to me, some of you responded back. Text is fine, email, call, all of those are fine, and I usually get back to you pretty quickly, more so than even email. So my goal for this is to try to connect, right, as much as possible, and we do that through videos, but also reaching out through text and email. It really goes to what Sousa talks about and how the brain functions. So I hope you enjoyed the readings last week. The ones this week are great as well, and really cause us to think about what we're doing in the classroom, and even in the current situation of, I know most of us are distanced right now, at least in California, how we operate and what we do matters. So I'm going to roll through the content for the week, but then I'll pop to different tabs to really dump into them. So you have the first chapter in Sousa, 2 articles and 2 videos. There's only 1 discussion question this week. Your group project paper is due, and then looking ahead, you have chapter 5 in the text. You have 2 videos, 2 articles, a short little brain test that's fun. You have 3 discussion board prompts next week. One of them is posting your presentation, so that's the third one, which is actually due on Thursday next week, so don't forget about that. So let's go in more depth into the different things. Once again, you can find stuff in the announcement and laid out here as well in the week view as well. So whether your brain works better in tables or better more narrative, you can definitely go through either the announcement or week 2. The first article, it's only 10 pages, but I'll say it's a lot of big chunked text, and so spend some time going through that. It might be about 30 minutes or so of reading time, just because there is a lot of dense information there. So that's your first article. The second one is an article with an embedded video. So it's only 2 minutes, but it's on Edutopia, and it's I love the SAMR model. You'll get to learn that about me. It's one of my favorite things of how to roll out anything new. So that's a shorter article. And both the videos, one on neuroplasticity is only 3 minutes long, and the next one I believe is only 7 minutes or so, about the learning brain. And they're both great little videos that I've actually stolen and used with my staff. And not that you need it, but and I don't know if all of our recommended videos will always be the same. This video over here, how we learn, and this one on growth mindset versus fixed. These 2 videos, I do go down the rabbit hole of YouTube sometimes. I know we all do, and those 2 are really, really good, even though they're not assignments for the class this week. So your discussion board question is, after reading and viewing the week's content and the videos and the articles, what's an aha moment you had? So what point was new to you? What point caused you to see learning in a new light? And what point caused you to think differently about how you are teaching? As always, your first response by Thursday, and respond to at least 2 of your peers no later than Sunday. And remember, those responses can't just be a one sentence agreement, but really need to add to the conversation. And I'll say I've scanned through and been following the discussion board, and it's been great discussion. Those will be graded by end of day tomorrow for you guys. I try to turn those around as fast as possible, depending on the week and how crazy it can get. So finally, your assignment for week 2 is your group integration paper, and hopefully you've kind of been working on that. And so this is groups of 3. You should be using a Google Doc. Make sure you're sharing that so everyone can access it. Not just everyone in the domain, but anyone with the link is the best share way for that. When you submit it, we definitely need an artifact, and in here it says Word document. It's much actually easier if you download it as a PDF and then upload it to the submission box. It works better. So what are you writing about as a group? Analysis of new content from weeks 1 and 2. Make sure everyone has editing rights. Identify and explain 3 or 4 points from the content that can be integrated into classroom pedagogy right now. How do you connect these to your standards? And you can use Common Core standards, or even if you have district domains, or more if you want to time to ISTE standards, that is definitely fine. Then the 4 C's, in collaboration and communication. How do you get those integrated into this? What technology are you going to be using? Cite at least 3 sources. Remember that should be in APA formatting. And then in order to identify which group member has contributed to each section, the students are welcome to label each level 1 heading with the student's name, and then also be sure to make use of the group discussion board if you guys need to, or everyone's using Zoom and Meet, and so if you connect that way, that's fine as well. As you guys are wrapping this up for this week, if there's any questions on it, just reach out to me once again. And you don't need all 3 group members, just one of you reach out, and you can share that information. And then what's nice is if you want to look ahead to see then what you need to do for the presentation, which is week 3, it's assignment 1B. You can look down here and see you're going to take your information from the paper and put it into presentation form, and sometimes that will change how you write that paper. And so once again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, especially if you're affected or something might be delayed due to any evacuation or fire issues in our state right now. Have a great week 2, everyone.